Police brutality, particularly anti-Black police brutality, has just been a feature of American life.
No justice, no peace, no justice, no justice.
Recently, police brutality has once again become a key issue.
All of us as Americans should be troubled by these shootings.
Mike Brown, Eric Garner, Philando Castile, Freddie Gray, these are all now household names because of the response. At the same time, we don't think about women. Black women have lost their lives, and that loss of life just hasn't reached the level of community concern and outcry that it should. Say Her Name was a literal demand that then became part of a hashtag campaign in order to ensure that the movement against police brutality actually does include all of the Black bodies that are subject to police violence. In realizing that if we're going to demand that people say her name, then people need to know the names to say. And in reality, the information about Black women being killed by the police was very difficult to find. There is no national database of all people killed by the police, much less African American women killed by the police. We wrote a report that pulled as many names and stories as we could find. And the important thing that we wanted to get across is the need to broaden the frames that people use to think about police violence. Many Black women who are killed by the police are killed when family members call for help. Tanisha Anderson, her family called for help because she was having an emotional episode and they just wanted to help her to safety, and instead they ended up killing her. Any kind of social circumstance that increases the likelihood of an encounter with police increases the likelihood that that encounter might not be survivable.
I will light you up. Get out!
Wow.
Now!
Wow.
Get out of the car!
For a failure to signal. You're doing all of this for
Get over there!
Right, yeah.
Natasha McKenna haunts me. Her last words were, "You promised not to kill me." And then 6 police officers dragged her out of a cell, completely nude, threw her into a restraining chair, handcuffed her to that chair, put a hood on her, and continued to taser her. As she was dying and they were trying to resuscitate her, they actually said, "Keep an eye on her." That level of inhumanity means that they never really saw her as a human being in the first place. So these are moments where the police are actually showing that our lives don't matter. And then the fact that we don't really protest suggests that maybe they're right, unless we make it matter. That pain, that indignation, that demand that this not be the case fuels the campaign, fuels the hashtag, fuels the report and the commitment. It's got to be the case that people just don't see us, because they can't see this and actually think it's okay to disregard it. Life has meaning, particularly for those who are not recognized, who are marginalized, who are excluded, who are forgotten.